What if the problem isn't markets, but capitalism? What if exchange itself is not exploitative, but the way it's structured? For most people, socialism and markets seem incompatible, but one thinker challenged that assumption directly, Joseph Proudhon, and his answer was unexpected: a society with markets without capitalism. Proudhon is often remembered for a provocative phrase, property is theft, but he also said property is freedom. At first glance this looks like a contradiction, but it reflects a deeper argument: not all property is the same. Proudhon distinguished between property, ownership that allows control over others, like landlords, capital owners and rent extraction, and possession, use-based ownership, workers controlling their own tools and labor. His critique was not against ownership itself, but against forms of ownership that generate unearned income. In capitalism, Proudhon argued, owners earn profit from the labor of others, workers lack control over production, and exchange is distorted by unequal power. Even if transactions appear voluntary, they are shaped by structural inequality. Proudhon's solution was not to abolish markets, but to transform them. He proposed a system based on mutualism, exchange between equals, workers' ownership of production, and no profit from exploitation. In this system, individuals and cooperatives trade freely, prices reflect labor and cost, no one gains simply by owning. This leads to a surprising idea: a free market without capitalism. For Proudhon, markets are tools, capitalism is a specific system using those tools. Remove rent, interest, profit from ownership, and what remains is a different kind of economy. To make this work, Proudhon proposed institutions like mutual credit banks, provide interest-free loans, enable workers to access capital, and reduce dependence on wealthy owners. These institutions would level the playing field and enable genuine exchange between equals. Proudhon occupies a unique position. Unlike Karl Marx, he rejected centralized planning. Unlike classical liberals, he rejected capitalist property relations. He represents a third path, decentralized socialism with markets. Even without formal profit or rent, can inequality still emerge? Differences in skill, resources and opportunity may still lead to unequal outcomes, and over time inequality can reintroduce power imbalances. Markets create pressures, competition, efficiency demands and cost reduction. Even in a mutualist system, these pressures may undermine cooperation, encourage accumulation, and recreate hierarchy. The question becomes, can markets remain equitable over time? Mutualism depends on certain rules: no exploitative profit, fair exchange, and worker control. But who enforces these rules? Without a strong state, violations may occur, standards may vary. The system relies heavily on shared norms and voluntary compliance. Even if mutualism works in theory, how do we get there? Transitioning from capitalism would require redistribution of property, institutional restructuring, and cultural change. This process is complex and potentially unstable. Despite these challenges, mutualism offers powerful insights. Markets are not monolithic, they can be structured in different ways. Ownership matters, who controls production shapes outcomes. Alternatives exist. Capitalism is not the only form of market economy. Mutualism reframes economic life, not as competition between unequal actors, but as cooperation between equals. It asks, what would exchange look like without domination? Can markets be tools of fairness rather than inequality? Proudhon forces us to reconsider a basic assumption, that markets and socialism are opposites. Perhaps they are not. Perhaps the real question is not whether markets should exist, but what kind of markets we want. In the next episode, we explore how thinkers like G.A. Cole imagined industries run not by owners or the state, but by workers themselves.